Okay, I think I should give also some references to papers we have been writing on models in sciences, and this list of references is an optional list for the course, but everybody who wants to have more information may use this list of references for a better treatment of models in sciences according to what has been said in this course. First of all, we have been writing quite a lot of papers, and you find most of the papers in Research Gate. Research Gate is one of the very nice portals, as well as Academia.edu, and there you will find most of the papers. In Research Gate I have been putting 3 collections from 2009 to 2014, another one from 2015 to 2017, and the last 3 years are in the 3rd collection. We have also other collections of papers that are not included here. One is on blockchain technology or on privacy, another one is on BPMN, another one is on co-design of information systems, another one is on collaboration management, another one is on content management, another one is on interaction, especially for websites, another one is on model engineering, another one you will find on object-oriented databases. The RADD project, Rapid Application and Database Development project, has also resulted in the collection of papers by our group. You have a collection of papers in Visual SQL and another one on web information systems. And you have also a number of talks. If somebody is interested, then please use my email address. It will be valid up from September this year, but it is already working. The list of references I will be representing here is nothing else as a longer list, somehow ordered in an alphabetic order by the authors. So in this case I should maybe give a little bit of a glimpse what is in the list here. We have a number of papers on service systems development, mainly coming from the design science issue that is mainly co-authored by Ajanta Thalheim. We have also a number of papers on personal information systems and development. There's a paper on how to model in archaeology. We have a paper on theories in business and information systems engineering together with Bichler, Frank, Avison, Mallarent, Fettke, Horwodka, Krämer, Schnur, Müller, Suhl and Thalheim. There is a number of papers written together with Egon Berger mainly on the BPMN issues. The paper with Per Broman shows you how to develop a model based on some kind of semi-structured text, especially from the Brahms encyclopedia that has been developed in Kiel or redeveloped in Kiel. Ajanta Thalheim was also contributing to the model suite business, and for this reason there are a number of papers handling also this part. There are also papers on, there's a handbook of conceptual modeling as one of the main part here. There are papers on applying models for a digital playground in policy or politics decision making. We have been writing developing a number of papers together with Hannu Jakola, mainly on the issue of how to model, how the modeling culture is striking through, and how to handle this. Kai Janasch was one of my PhD students. He developed a data mining design framework and showed it in a number of papers. We have a number of papers with Hannu Jakola also on other issues like artificial intelligence and models as programs that will come in a future course in I think chapter 14. Frank Kramer has been developing very actively the issue of metadata or meta models for models. That is maybe of interest also for this course. Yannick Kropp has been applying our modeling approach to the systematic development in collaborating research projects, especially in the CRC 1266 on archaeology. You find also a number of papers written with Yasushi Kyoki, where we have been mainly using our background for the development of a specific horizontally layered model suite. You find also a number of papers written together with Klaus-Dieter Schewe and his pupils on how to handle meta structuring, how to handle modeling in different cases, especially also in the case of web information systems. Also, let's say on something like cloud warehousing. Andras Molnar is my co-author for a case study modeling as programming, especially for site length. That means website specification languages. We have in our group Ivan Nissen, who is intensively modeling somehow underwater collaboration and especially communication. René Nowak has been handling the multidimensional and also the pattern-based approach. Michael Skusa was one of my PhD students. He developed the specific case of horizontally layered UML diagrams for coherent software development. Elena Sivogolovgo has been contributing to our data mining research and modeling in data mining. Ove Sørensen, our PhD student, has been handling also the case of how to handle integrity constraints, and also together with Egon Berger the BPMN case. Klaus-Dieter Schewe was my long time collaborator for anything what is concerned with web information systems. With Vedder Story we have had a paper on how to enhance symbiotics. We have had also with some other people, again, models for services, for informatic models, for reference models, and of course also for the workflow business. Then we have had a number of papers that went to the Encyclopedia of Database Systems with a number of papers. One of the first papers we have been writing was a theory of conceptual modeling, published in the Journal of Universal Computer Science long time ago. There is also a number of papers that handles somehow this kind of specific case. We have papers on the theory of conceptual modeling, models, the theory of conceptual modeling and the foundations of conceptual modeling in the handbook of conceptual modeling that was somehow published very lately in 2011 in a collaboration with David Embley. I was trying also to handle the art, the science, and the culture of conceptual modeling in a good number of papers. Syntax, semantics, and pragmatics, that means symbiotics of modeling languages, is published in the NLDB paper. One of the kernel paper is the definition of the conceptual model, published in the European Japanese Conference in 2013. Of course, you can also look into the open problems of models paper and other papers that we have been handling in this case. One of my best contribution is in German language, the specific volume in memoriam of Bernhard in the journal Erwägen, Wissen and Ethik in 2015. We have been handling also the stereotypes and the deep model issue in several papers. One is the ADBIS paper. We have also developed a number of specific insights into the model, like model adequacy, or like normal models and deep models, or qualitative and quantitative models, and of course on foundations of models that will be represented in the end of this module. You find also a number of papers on specific usages of models, like for communication, understanding, search and analysis. Database modeling is heavily based on somehow optimization or so-called normalization, so we had tackled it as well. Models and their functions is a recent paper that shows how the function of a model really influences the building of a model. The best collection for models in sciences I know so far is the volume we have been editing together with Ivan Nissen. I think there are something like 10 to 15 papers from our group there. We have also a number of papers with Alexander Sotnikov and Igor Fyodorov on 5th generation programming. We have also the case of mini-story composition, especially for generic workflows. So you have here generic models. You have also a number of papers on how to reason on the conception of a conceptual model, what is not a conceptual model, and what is a conceptual model, and what might become a conceptual model. The model capsule stuff that is coming in chapter 9 has been handled in a paper together with Marina Tropman-Frick. In another paper we have been looking for the capability of models and to characterize the capability, and especially for the case of business process modeling and notation models. And we have finally also a paper on generic workflows for disaster management. So that's it what we developed so far on papers, in papers on models.